Eagles. A few things on the Eagles that we gotta check our boxes on here. The first thing, Jimmy Kempski reports. Jimmy Kempski coming for the Eagles Insider of the Year crown.
Look,
out of nowhere.
I plan on winning the crown again, but I would be happy to see Jimmy win it. Jimmy's my guy.
This was out of
It was
nowhere.
unbelievable out of nowhere. I was shocked. God.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was stunned.
Yeah.
So Jimmy reports that yesterday, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, and Jalen Hurts met for a few hours, and it was a positive result. Do you know anything? I can't believe we don't have more information about this. Did Kempski make it up? Just kidding, Jimmy?
Yeah. So here's the good news.
Okay.
That because of the weird schedule, what time is it now? It's 3:32.
Yeah.
At 5:10 today, Jalen talks and the locker room opens.
Oh,
So-
someone has to ask him.
I can tell you who's going to ask him.
Big dog.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
They're not going to freeze you out of this one?
Yep. Let's address the elephant in the room.
No.
Didn't get a question.
But I'll be curious to see what they say.
Yeah.
I mean, they're either going to acknowledge it or deny it.
Yes.
Now, if they acknowledge it, then it's admitting there was a problem.
Well, okay. So Jalen will give some sort of code. Like
Jalen will say he's
weird-
focused on the Giants.
Yes, yeah. The question is not Jalen, who I never understand his answers anyway.
Yeah.
The question is, no offense, Jalen, folks, Jalen derangement. I don't get it. You don't get it. We can all admit it.
He's a smart guy. His answers are very deep.
No doubt that he's smart. Probably too smart for me. Don't understand it. The real question is when somebody asks Saquon or AJ.
Yeah.
Saquon is always very honest and forthright.
I hope he rehearsed his answer.
And AJ, you got to look into AJ's eyes on this one and see his face.
AJ's the wild card.
AJ is the wild card. Now Jalen speaks at 5:10 today, but he's on the dais, right? He's on the podium.
He speaks
In the
at
auditorium.
5. Yeah, he'll speak sometime between 5:10 and 5:45.
Are the other players available today?
There is no guarantee. They're supposed to be, like in the way that every player is supposed to be available each week, and this is
Okay.
our only media availability of the week.
Okay.
Something tells me
Saquon will be there. Or maybe not because of the knee.
But they're playing the Giants, and his Amazon documentary comes out tomorrow.
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
got to talk.
I think he would want to talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. He would probably be the one that would give us something.
Yes.
If there was something to give, since he's been thrown into this as he's part of the meeting, obviously as a moderator
Right.
of some sort. I'd be shocked if AJ said anything. Quite frankly, if I'm AJ, I don't really have much else to say about anything. Let me just go focus on playing football. Like, he said enough.
Yeah.
We understand where he's coming from, the frustration, all of that. Like, we are picking apart everything he says because he is speaking without a filter. So he leaves it there for us to pick apart. I'm saying it would be wise if I'm him. I don't have anything else to say about this. I'm playing football.
Unless they actually had a super constructive meeting for a few hours and they feel they've made real progress today. I don't think that's the case either. I'm just saying.
You know that didn't happen.
Of course.
Well, they probably met with this whole super progress and
Dude, last year we
everything's
went
fixed.
through this. They had the big game against the Steelers. They did the dance together. And everybody's like, "Oh, they're fine." And now we're still back here.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
look, I hope they become friends again because I don't want people fighting. Like, I hope they're friends. But ultimately, what am I supposed to
That
say?
was the most hopeful
Yeah.
thing I've ever heard you say.
Yeah. Well,
I hope
me and you are friends besides when the Phillies lose.
Yeah.
I can't text you.
Well,
for-
you go
Thank
in
you.
for the kill.
Yeah.
You go
can't
in.
wait.
Like friends do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, listen, you're lucky you don't. You're smiling, all the time. Like, ha, 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 there goes Jack dying inside again. Ha, ha, here's a little knife. Here's a little knife.
Yeah, on Saturday I sent a bunch of texts to our group chat about how I thought they were going to lose, and Jack didn't respond to any of
Well,
that.
of course not.
Yeah.
Why should he? This is the
Regardless.
mean person.
Regardless,
you are.
today could be a chance for them to come out there and be like, "Yeah, we talked. We're good."
We're good.
Like, I mean, let's be
here's-
real. It could be.
Here, yes, that.
I don't think that's what's going to happen or what happened.
You're talking
but
about let's be real. It could be. No, let's be real. That's not what it's going to be.
I agree.
Because here's the thing. AJ is reactionary. So I say that to say, in 2 or 3 weeks, if he's not gotten the ball, you could be right back here in this same position.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it doesn't behoove him to say anything because you almost have to regret what you said. You come out today and declare, "Oh yeah, we're perfect. Me and Jalen, we're fine." Like
then when you're mad in 2 weeks,
exactly. Then you shouldn't get upset anymore.
I agree, and also, there's been a lot of debate of like, does it matter or whatever. Sunday was a perfect example of why this matters a ton. Like the play where AJ slows down. We could dissect the play, whose fault it is, whatever. To me, the most important part of the play is they didn't talk after, and you cannot have your quarterback and number one receiver like seemingly not talking on the sideline. Like I don't have eyes on them 24/7, but because I'm interested in it, I do watch them a lot. Like after plays, when they walk to the sideline, do they congratulate each other after touchdowns, right? And you just don't see them almost ever interact. Yeah, and I'm not 24/7 during game, but like for a large portion of the game, I'm looking at to see what's happening, and they just don't. So
that's
matters.
What's more important to me.
Yes, exactly.
That's what's more important to me: the on the field relationship, the work relationship. The trying to get the same goals accomplished, knowing that you need each other. Right. Jalen, you need your number one wide receiver. AJ, would help if you had your quarterback's back and sometimes when he misses a throw, what have you, that you don't show this outwardly disappointment and frustration because that stuff reflects back on him and all that stuff is bubbling beneath the surface. And I think the further you move along from having negative feelings about each other and you built up way more positive stuff and you bank that, now you're able to withstand difficult moments and adversity.
Right.
See, that's where they've gotten to. All of their positive moments have now been outweighed by the frustration. And therefore, you don't give the other guy any leadway. You don't give him any benefit of the doubt. In other words, support him. Instead of showing frustration or what have you when you don't get the ball or what have you, you go over there, you dap your guy up, y'all talking it out, y'all trying to figure out, okay, are we on the same page? Are we seeing the same thing or what have you? And this goes for Jalen as well. You got to get out of that bubble that you're in of thinking that you're going to go over there and be in your own moment and figure it out yourself. And you got to be somewhat of a politician on the sideline.
I see Jalen go talk to the offensive
line.
The other guys,
yes.
Yeah, like Jalen moves around on the sideline for sure. So you got
to work your way to the receivers.
He works his way right past them. But
work over there to the receivers.
When they first got here, remember they worked out together, him, AJ, and Devontae. They posted pictures working out together in the offseason. Like, that's what you want.
Yes.
What we're talking about is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, if a play like that doesn't hit, you should be on the sideline to your point, be like, hey, my bad, here's why I slowed up, here's what I saw. Or like Jalen going up to AJ, man, like I got moved in the pocket. Like,
I saw you. Yes.
That should be happening.
Yep.
This ain't never getting fixed. AJ won't be on the team next year. Next.
True.
That's why he reserved all his words.
Yeah, what are we doing? I know we got to talk about
it's like reality TV.
This ship has sailed. So, Saquon Barkley, you mentioned they didn't practice yesterday, but he was listed as a non-participant on the practice report. That is, they say, if we would have practiced, he wouldn't have played.
Yeah.
He has a knee injury. Or something wrong with his knee.
Yeah, it's a knee injury. I mean, it's a knee injury on the injury report, so you can say that.
So you said he is likely to play on Sunday. Do we know Thursday rather? Do we know when this happened during the game, and did this perhaps contribute to the fact that he only got 6 carries?
So there's been a few times in the past 2 games where he's gotten up slow, and like you see him on the sideline kind of working through things. By the way, Jalen, almost the entire second half, was working on his calf on the sideline. He had a massage gun. He was stretching. Had a career low 3 yards rushing. It's the lowest he's ever had as a starter. So that's something to monitor as well. But in terms of Saquon, I don't think the amount of carries he got factored into that as much. I think in the second half, like they were in obvious pass situations. It was tough to find. But yeah, I mean, I think that 17-yard run he had was the first run I've seen all year where I thought last year that was a touchdown.
Yeah,
like,
we talked
I think
about
Miles
that.
Sanders gets 17 yards on that run.
Yeah, Saquon busted for 50.
Yeah, I think last year that would have been to the house.
Like, we all knew this coming into this year, and not that players
Which
can't.
Which is why, Eliot, we said you can't do the same thing you did last year.
I don't remember that, but I guess you were right.
And
they can't do the other thing either, so they got
That's true.
yeah.
Well,
They got to figure out a
you're
different
right.
plan.
Yeah.
And then it's been a big week for Eagles Insider of the Year. Jeff McClain reports that Landon Dickerson could miss several weeks with an ankle injury.
Yeah, I think he said 1 to 2 games.
Yeah,
right?
now could be a blessing in disguise in that all of the other ailments that are going on with Landon Dickerson, maybe he gives them a chance to. So that ends up being Brett Toth, I guess, in that spot.
Yeah,
or...
now Landon's not played well. So,
No,
normally you hear Landon's out and it's like that's a big blow to the line. And he's a great player, so I understand that. But he's not played well. Like physically, he just looks like it's really hard for him to play football right now. I mean, on the sideline, he could barely walk after coming out of the game on Sunday. I think, to the thing about Saquon and all the touches, we focused so much on how that was going to impact Saquon physically. I wonder how much of a running back never being able to repeat as a big-time runner is because his offensive line, it also gets beat up like crazy for a full year. And those same guys come back, I would assume, for the most part, right? If you ran for 2,000-plus yards, you're probably...
They're beat up, too.
Yeah, they're beat up, too. And I think all the linemen are not really playing well. Like, they would probably all tell you that. Lane's not been as good as he was last year. Now, last year, the bar was so high that Lane and my lot are still playing relatively well, but they're not the top 5 tackles in the league they were last year, at least the way they're playing. So, I think that one of the main problems on offense is, without question, the offensive line.
And last Eagles thing. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's, to me, the two biggest issues with the team other than the obvious chemistry between AJ and Jalen is our two lines. The defensive line getting no pass rush. We aren't even great against the run as a defensive line. And then our offensive line being able to run block.
Yeah, and that has been the core of the Howie Roseman success, has been the lines, has been offensive line and defensive line.
So
the combination of Josh Sweat, Bryce Huff, and Milton Williams have 9 sacks, and the Eagles have 7 sacks.
It's not good.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So credit to Zach Berman for this stat, but I think it was eye-opening for me in telling about how bad they've been. They are getting a 3-and-out on 40% of their drives this year. It's the worst in the league. The second worst is Tennessee, rookie quarterback, and the third is the Bengals, who have, I guess Joe Flacco now, right? It's the highest percentage since 2005 for an offense, and that team that year went 5-12. So I don't think the Eagles are going to finish like 9-7. I think they'll probably win more games than that, right? But we are getting to a point where there are a lot of historical trends about a football team that plays the way they have played through 5 weeks, ultimately not being a good football team. So,
yeah.
Well, I tell you, it's so ironic that we've been speaking about this for weeks, and it takes a loss to really put things in perspective.
Yeah, we said it on Monday that finally we can stop going, but they're 4-0, but they're 4-0, but they're 4-0.
Takes a loss.
And look at all of the signs. There is not one red zone aside.
It was the only sign.
Yeah, but the red zone offense, let's be real, they're tush pushing in a lot of times. Like, credit to them, but let's not act like there's some high functioning, like,
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, when I say,
goodness.
I just don't.
Wow.
I
They
don't
count.
I don't want.
You're the one that doesn't want them to
know.
count.
I want the tush push is a team touchdown, not a quarterback touchdown.
Yeah.
But that was
Well, he does run it
honest.
better than anyone else in the league.
That was just honesty.
I just didn't want Crying Brian calling back and telling me there are no signs. Aside from red zone, there is not, from an offensive standpoint, there is not one statistic that you can look at that gives you hope. Not one.
Like, I very much think this is on the players in Jalen, but ultimately, like, Patullo, man, you're the offensive coordinator, and the results are the results.
Yes.
So while I think Jalen has gotten into bad habits of holding onto the ball too long, I think the offensive line, like, isn't good. It's the coach's job is to fix these problems, and they are a sloppy, not detailed team right now, and that is, like, strictly on the coaches.
Well, coach is in there with him.
What?
Coach Sirianni.
Yes. No, I agree.
Because that's his
Nick
guy.
and Patullo.
You know, at some point, Howie said, you can have your guy. This is your guy. I want to interview Josh McCown, and we're not going to interview one guy because this is your guy.
You think Howie's scouting the Miami Dolphins offense right now?
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Yeah.
This is an off-season conversation, but just to put it out there, something to think about, they might face a tough decision with Patullo.
Yes.
Like, if this season trends this way and they're like, fine, but the offense.
Yeah, you don't have to fire him. You just demote him.
Oh, yeah.
He's moving back to pass game coordinator or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
sure
think
he'd
he was
love that.
thrilled
Nick
about that.
Sirianni's close friend. Like coaches keep coaches on staff.
No, I know. I'm
just reassign them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Petulo's probably not getting another offensive coordinator job.
Yeah, people don't walk away from these jobs.
Yeah, I don't think he's going away.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Yeah. People don't walk away from these jobs.
Yeah.
So last thing, this comes per New York Eliot, Connor Hughes. You would agree that is an accurate assessment.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the better looking version.
For sure. I'm an Eliot guy, but I got up there.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
It's Connor Hughes.
He was at my wedding.
Yeah, and Connor was cool.
You were only there half the time.
He came into WFAN a couple of times. He was just the Jets guy. Now he's Giants and Jets.
Correct,
I think
he works for SNY.
Yeah, he does a good job. He came into fan a couple of times. He thought. I called him New York Eliot once on Twitter, and he thought that I was making that as a pejorative.
Wow,
I was making fun of him.
I said what?
As an insult.
Jesus.
Yeah, sorry.
Pejorative?
Sorry. He thought I was using it as an insult. I said, no, that
He'd
is
be lucky to be the New York Eliot.
So here is the quote.
Don't ever roll that out.
Sorry. This is per Connor Hughes.
I haven't heard that word before.
Brian Daboll today, quote, you watch the tape, A.J. Brown is open a lot.
He's right.
It's so good.
Oh, you know he couldn't wait to say that.
Oh, he's dying.
It's another good question for AJ today.
Do you think he winked when he said it?
Yeah. Well, Ike said when we were in our show meeting, he said a team like the Giants right now are licking their chops.
Yeah.
Because they're looking at the Eagles and they're saying to themselves, if you're the coach, you're looking at your team and you're saying, I know they're 4-1. You can beat this team.
This team is right for the picking.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, like picking the Eagles to blow out any team is silly.
Blowout.
Yeah.
I think the Thursday night game is actually a good.
Not since the Chiefs game haven't blown anybody out.
Well, they didn't really blow them out, but yeah.
No, last year.
Yeah. I think it's a good benchmark game for the Eagles in a way, just because let's see how poor they really are playing. Like they're better than the Giants, obviously.
You said we shouldn't struggle with the Giants.
They should beat the Giants comfortably.
Well,
the Giants are terrible.
I looked at this line, and this line told me.
What is it? I haven't seen it.
It's only 7. And if the Eagles were the Eagles, the Giants just lost to the Saints, by 12 points.
They have no Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. Neighbors isn't there. If this were the Eagles that we know, that is a 10.5-point line. It's at least a 9.5-point line. Hell, the Bills were and I know they were home, but the Bills are favored 8.5 over the Patriots, and the Patriots are much better than the Giants.
Yeah, no, that's not a Giants line, but it certainly isn't an Eagles line.
It's an eyebrow raised line to me.
So
it's not 5, but it's also not the 9 you would expect.
Interesting thing with Daboll, and maybe Jack or someone can fact check this, but I think he was the offensive coordinator that benched Jalen in the national championship.
I believe so.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So you wonder too if he's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't bench him. Nick Saban.
Well, whatever. I mean, he was on the coaching staff.
Yes. Yeah, but still, no, you're right.
That's an interesting little.
Yeah.
Little.
There's no doubt, and I didn't even know that comment existed until you had told me. But there's no doubt the Giants are viewing this as, there's a crack in the armor down there in Philadelphia.
For sure.
Yes.
They're not even playing together as a team. They just blew a 14-point lead. They got turmoil going on.
We're all together.
I guess Daboll didn't hear about the meeting. You heard that afterwards.
He's probably very scared now.
And then part of me says even the leak of the meeting is a way to get in front of a national story that could be there.
Yeah.
This game is going to be Thursday night. The last thing I'm sure the Eagles would want is for, what is it? Is it Prime? Amazon
It's Prime, but I'm sure all day on all the like ESPN.
They don't want that to be the storyline all day.
Right.
As the turmoil inside the Eagles locker room between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Even though it will be.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now they'll say they talked and made up.
Is Thursday night Prime or NFL Network?
It's Prime.
It's Prime. Yeah.
You know. I'm not going to say names. Eagles PR sent them the Jimmy Kempski tweet, and then they said, everything's solved around here. You don't have to talk about this on pregame.
I can't wait to hear what they say about it today.
Yeah. Woo! So that's later.
Yeah, I can call in afterwards.
Okay. Oh, yes. I want to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.